Hello, everyone, and happy Thursday to all of you. Today is just me. Norm is traveling. So, welcome to the Ecom Power podcast, the Walmart Marketplace podcast. Today, we have very interesting guests and very interesting topic. We're going to discuss about identifying and navigating the global marketplace with Walmart. We're going to find out what does it mean when you say international global selling regarding to Walmart Marketplace, why a joint business plan with Walmart, and what's next for Walmart globally. So before we're gonna head to our guests, we're gonna take a quick break for our sponsor.
Are you struggling with your Walmart marketplace business? Do you need help from a skilled and reliable virtual assistant? Well, look no further than Virtual Assistant Academy or VAA Philippines. VAA specializes in locating, screening, training, and supporting high quality Walmart VAs in the Philippines. Their VAs receive extensive Walmart training and ongoing professional development and are committed to long term working relationships with you. Partner with VAA and experience the peace of mind knowing that you have a dedicated Walmart trained VA who's up to date with the latest tools and trends in the dynamic Walmart marketplace. Head over to VAAphilippines.com and let VAA match you with your ideal VA today.
All right, so today we're discussing identifying and navigating global marketplace with Walmart. And our guest today is the founder and managing director of Infinity Blue North America with headquarters in Bentonville, Arkansas. Their sister company, Infinity Blue Group, is located in London. He have more than a decade of a global retail marketplace experience helping brands and retailers develop strategies for retail grow and acceleration. Over the past decade, he has created and led teams for four of the Walmart validated partners, and the past 4 years, he has been primarily focused on global marketplace. Please welcome Charles Kochel.
Hello. What a pleasure
Hello.
to visit with you again. I
Yes.
missed lunch with Norm and his trusty little gnome in the background.
Yes. So yeah, unfortunately, Norm is not here, but I'm super excited. Me and you actually talked in the past couple of times, and what you're doing is so. For me, it's just another way to help even our clients and just understanding Walmart, the power of Walmart. I'm not sure our audience know that Walmart is not just in the US. There's actually Walmart all over the world. You're gonna tell us about that. So I'm super excited, to let our listener know that there is so much more. It's like this is a whole world of Walmart. So very excited.
Thank you. I appreciate being here. It's always a pleasure to visit with you, and I seem to learn something new every time. So I look forward to the conversation.
Yes, so let's start. So, can you tell me what does it mean when you say international global selling in regarding to Walmart marketplaces?
Yeah, I I think there's an understanding in our industry that is a little off, and you and I think about it a different way. But the talking heads, the news, the internet, we're always hearing about the competition between Walmart and Amazon, and the reality is it's apples and oranges, right? They're two different platforms,
I like
and
that phrase.
it really is. And the reality is, for most sellers, Walmart and Amazon together are a really powerful force,
Yep.
and both can have a global dominance. So what it means when usually you don't hear the word international and global together, right? International meaning for us everything outside the U.S., global meaning everything outside the U.S., including the U.S. But what Walmart is really focused on regarding their international and their global business is identifying and engaging with qualified sellers to bring them over and sell wherever it matters most. How do we identify that next best marketplace that will maximize ROI for that seller and start expanding points of revenue? And it's so simple to do with Walmart versus going Walmart, Amazon, Kroger, Target, right? Because they're all different platforms. Once we have the platform set, it's pretty simple to scale in partnership with Walmart. If I'm a manufacturer in Turkey, like we were talking about earlier, let's say we're a chocolate manufacturer in Turkey, um, and we're selling on Amazon and some local places, $500 million company, something like that. Once we can get, obviously, Amazon e-commerce is going to look like the biggest for sure. And then you're looking at Walmart US is going to be second. You could run the numbers all day, and that's how it's going to end up, just because the US has such a massive presence. The US and China have such a massive presence in the e-com and retail industry. But once we do the work, especially for that initial marketplace, let's just take example, this chocolate company in Turkey decides they want to partner with Walmart and sell in the Walmart marketplace. We're going to work in partnership with Walmart to build it out the right way, right? So we're taking an international brand, a manufacturer, bringing them into the US, but we're not stopping there, right? Once we get the foundation set and we have the white glove onboarding, we have the incubation, which is really going through and making certain that, one, the seller is aware and mindful of all of the resources that Walmart has at their disposal, but also a mutual understanding of commitment, right? A long-term commitment to be visible, to engage, to partner with Walmart and listen and learn. That's the big difference between Walmart and Amazon right now. Is Walmart is still curating a little bit, but they've all of a sudden in the last year and a half become very hands-on with their sellers that will commit. And
Yeah.
Amazon, wild, wild west, right? So Walmart better than most people. I know Walmart better than most people. We're going to know it more than the sellers, right? Walmart knows it more than me. So if I can actually partner with them and build out this process and plan, really it's a streamlined collaboration between the seller, the agency, and the retailer. And how do we create this a joint? Well, you and I were talking about joint business plan. How do we create that streamlined collaboration to launch one process and one plan to accomplish all the goals and objectives needed? And to do that, we really have to not only create it, but also monitor that. Once we get that foundation set, we're cash positive, things are flowing. WFS, Walmart Fulfillment Services, is on top of things. Walmart Connect, we're creating visibility, we're creating engagement with our target market, or an avatar, as we call it, that ideal shopper that we're looking for. Once we do that, it's not that difficult to scale that company from Turkey that's now selling in Walmart US to Walmart Canada, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Almost syndicating with a bit of a bit of customization depending on where they're at, for Mexico, for Canada, but we can syndicate that, and the process is shorter, right? All of a
Yeah.
sudden, and we have data that we've learned from the US, so we can leverage that data and start identifying certain inefficiencies and certain growth opportunities to help scale. We take all that we've learned in Walmart US and apply it to Canada. Now it's a more efficient and effective platform, right? So now we're selling on Walmart US. We're selling chocolate there. We're selling chocolate in Canada. It's going pretty smoothly. Now we scale into Mexico,
Yeah.
right? Now you can kind of see it's almost like compound interest in investing, where it's building blocks that keep building on one another. Now we can take the data from Walmart US and Walmart Canada and apply it to building the foundation, the go-to-market strategy in Mexico. So what we're doing is it's a continuous improvement process, right? That goes throughout. So that's what I mean. To answer your question, when we talk about international global, we're identifying international sellers. For me and my team, it's usually large manufacturers, and we're identifying globally marketplaces. I'm hyper focused on Walmart, obviously, because I live, work, and play in Bentonville, and I told you I dream about it.
Yeah, I heard it's like everywhere
live,
you go, it's people that you
I
go to
live it,
Starbucks,
and I
if
love
they're from Walmart or some other big retailers, and so it's like
it.
it's
Our
yeah,
industry is so fascinating,
yeah,
right? It just changes by the day, if not by the minute and the second. And the technology that's coming through right now, I'm really learning a lot about APIs. I've helped build 3 companies that were really based on an API that sits on top of these applications that connects everything, right? And what happens when we leverage all this technology is the goal is to simplify the process for the seller, simplify the experience for the seller and the shopper, and create an experience that's truly omni, right? When you look at all the different ways that you can purchase from Walmart, you can purchase in store, curbside pickup, they deliver to my home. We can get it through Ecom, right? Through WFS. We can get it on social media,
yeah,
right? It just continues to build. And as I know you and I have talked about it before, as I define omni, which is really, I consider Walmart the only pure omni retailer in the entire world. It's simply defined as the ability for a shopper to get what they want, when they want, how they want, on any device, delivered where and when they want. Like, all of a sudden, the history of retail from back when, I don't know if I'm probably way older than you, but the show Little House on the Prairie, right? With the Laura Ingalls. So it's this old set in the early 1900s. They live on a prairie, and they go to the store and they buy a 50-pound pack of flour because that's all there was, right? Piggly Wiggly had the first option in Memphis, Tennessee, I think back in the 40s or 50s, where Piggly Wiggly said, we're not just going to sell brown coffee cups that are this size and have one to choose from. We're going to have all the different colors, all the different sizes. And all of a sudden, shoppers started having choices,
yeah,
right? Then we got into super centers, right? Which was Walmart. And then we got into Ecom. Now, all of a sudden, what's happened is, historically, the retailer has had control of the shopping experience. And in the last 5 to 10 years, that's
yeah,
flipped. All of a sudden, the shopper now has total control, and we're playing catch up, trying to please the shopper and have them shop at my retailer and not this one, right? So
yeah,
it's a fascinating place as the walls come tumbling down of borderless commerce. We're highly focused on international sellers, not only coming into the US, but international sellers leveraging the technology and the ability to sell globally in an omni fashion. It's really cool what our industry's doing, and we're in an infancy stage.
yeah. Let's talk about the globally Walmart, because we know, as you told me, we're gonna get to the actual stores in the world. That I think is extremely interesting. But if we talk about e-commerce right now, is there Walmart.com, Canada and Mexico? Is there another one, or those are the main 3?
No, Mexico's probably the largest, the fastest growing e-com play for Walmart right now. But there's 4 pure marketplaces that Walmart has, right? Walmart US, pure marketplace, 3P, Omni. Walmart Canada, right? The same. They've also now implemented Walmart fulfillment services through some partners. Walmart.
So yeah, let's talk about that, because
Yep.
a lot of people asking me, is there fulfillment for Canada? And I'm not sure, because I know they were testing and trying, but I'm not sure how is it there? How is it working?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, we are very privileged and fortunate to have a validated partnership with Walmart. So when we have these questions, I've got a team of probably 35 Walmart associates that, once again, they know more than me. So I
Yeah.
can go to them, and it often changes, right? So right now there is a WFS, but a lot of that goes through preferred partners,
Uh-huh.
right, at a discounted rate. So FedEx, you get a discounted rate with Walmart to get it from your manufacturing place to WFS, which we highly recommend WFS. And a lot of these manufacturers want to drop ship because they have the means to do so. And it looks on paper like we send them the calculator and they can do, oh, well, it makes sense for us just to drop ship it, Charles. It's too
Definitely.
expensive. What we're missing there is the conversion rate of WFS,
Yeah.
right? Which can sometimes be up to 40% and much higher, sometimes lower. But all
Yes.
of a sudden, if I'm converting 40% more by using WFS, it makes all the sense in the world. And it's very hard to calculate that because you don't know without the historical data, right? It really needs an A/B test to prove it, but it's already been proven. So yes, it is available in Canada, right?
Are
Another
all
pure
sellers
marketplace.
is all sellers have access to that, or
You,
not?
you have to apply. All sellers will have access to it either through a WFS or through a partner,
Mm-hmm.
right? And again, I think you know me well enough now. We're not hard sells. If we can help, great. If we can't, we certainly want to point sellers in the right direction.
Yes.
That they can, look me or you up on LinkedIn or send an email real quick and get the answer. But I think what Walmart wants to do, what I want to do for sure, and my team, is how do we provide the resources necessary to a seller or a manufacturer to realize if it's a good fit or not? Because the conversation you and I have had in the past is, you, especially for an international person looking, an international brand or manufacturer looking into the US, and they've just got stars in their eyes going, wow, the US market is so big, it's so big, we're going to make so much money, you know Charles can get us in these markets. It's not that easy, right?
Yeah.
There
Not
is a
everybody's a good fit at this moment. I'm telling a lot of brands, you want to be there, but don't expect much, but be there, because it's
you've got to
growing.
be there, and we're trying to do a better job of helping that seller realize what it takes to become a category leader. And it's a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are monthly investments for Walmart Connect. You do have to understand the difference in always on and manual or picking the keywords. And there's reasons in all that, right? The always on and Walmart Connect and advertising is really to capture that data so you can make better decisions when you start working on the manual
Yeah.
side of it and choosing keywords. So there's so much onto it that it's dangerous to me when sellers are coming in and thinking, oh, okay, we're going in the US, we're going to Walmart. They're the largest retailer in the world. We're done. And then they just want to set it and forget it.
Yeah.
And that's never going to work, right? Show
Right.
up, sell more. And
Right.
somehow you're going to have to create that visibility and engagement. So back to answer your question, you've got Walmart US, Canada, Mexico, and Chile.
So Chile is already open.
Chile is open, rocking and rolling. Chile is my favorite Walmart. I tell them all the
So
time.
we're
Walmart
talking
Chile
about
is my favorite Walmart.
Chile e-commerce, right? So it's
The pure marketplace.
the
Pure
marketplace. So
marketplace.
what's the URL for that? Is Walmart dot what?
It's one. It's just I've never seen a team care more than Walmart Chile. My
Yeah.
gosh, they are so good at what they do because they care so much. But that's the newest marketplace, right? And that's the four right there: U.S., Canada, Mexico, and Chile.
Yeah.
To get in Chile, to get in all of them, it's the same process,
Yeah.
right? You apply, but it's better to have a contact, somebody to help you walk you through it
Yes.
because of the fulfillment and the logistics. But it's doable, right? It's all doable. And once we're set up in the first Walmart, we already have the knowledge, the data, the insights, and the analytics to be able to scale that globally simply. Right. I was
Yeah.
talking to a CEO in South Africa the other day and had him on with some Walmart leadership, giant company, brilliant, brilliant company. And we were walking through it. And at the end, he just said, it just makes sense. It just makes sense to once you're there and you start getting this data to roll in and these insights and analytics and to make better decisions based on that and to scale here, scale here, scale here. Now all of a sudden we're in 4 marketplaces and we're knocking on the door trying to get in store. And one thing in we always hear we want to be in store, right? Because they're looking at, oh, it's a 95/5, it's an 80/20, store to ecom. I don't want to put the resources into ecom, but the reality is it's 80% of the decisions made to convert to purchase something, whether it's in store, curbside pickup, delivered, or ecom. They're made by either this or the computer. We're being influenced constantly by these brilliant advertising and marketing brands that are coming through on whatever matters most to us,
Yeah.
right? Whether that be farming or gardening or fashion, whatever it is, it's showing up. So I think that's a huge miss, or you could change that around as um, a huge opportunity, right? We'll try to be optimistic and positive here, but a huge opportunity for big brands that are selling in store and they have not taken the time and effort or partnership to create a foundation and the visibility and the engagement to talk to their shoppers online, no matter where they go. It's no longer, to me, it's no longer in store or online.
Yeah. It's
It's
both.
just a
Both.
blended world out there. So that's the 4 marketplaces that we're talking about now, that are all pure
And let's
turkey.
talk about
Yeah.
one thing that you told me that I didn't know is about all the Walmart actual retail store in the world. Can you talk a little bit about that?
That's the what in the world?
All the retail that Walmart have around the world.
Oh my gosh. There's 10,000 plus. And how Walmart's growing right now. And I'll share with you, and you happy to share it with your followers. I just put together. Actually, I cheated. I'd used AI and put together. I let AI put together a deck for me that used to take me a week, and it did it in like 3 seconds. About Walmart International and their growth and what they're doing. So they're not always just Walmart, right? Walmart has 2.1 million employees, 10,500,
Wow.
2.1 million employees,
Wow.
and in well over 10,000 stores in e-com and curbside pickup and on and on and on and on and on. But it's not only Walmart, right? You've got investments and acquisitions going on like Massmart in South Africa, I believe. They just did a really big deal with Massmart in South Africa,
So
that will probably turn into Walmart.
Walmart and Massmart.
Yeah. So Walmart purchased Massmart. I don't know if they purchased 100%.
What is Massmart?
Yeah, in the UK, in Europe, they years ago they purchased Asda, right? A huge retailer
Okay, so
department.
it's like
Yeah,
getting more
ASDA,
retail
and
location.
I think a private equity kind of took that back. In
Mhm.
China, it's a little different too, right? Walmart China is run a little bit differently. But when you talk about Walmart China, they're selling motorcycles and cars, and it's,
Oh, wow.
3 to 6 stories, and you've got these escalators that you put your card on. It's just a whole nother world. But
So
I
the
think about,
Walmart China is actually called Walmart.
yeah, Walmart China.
They left it
It
Walmart in
is.
China. All right.
Yeah, it is. So that there's a lot of different ways to access Walmart rather than just the brand name Walmart, right? Sam's Club, right? Walmart owns Sam's
Yeah.
Club. That they own Massmart. They on and on and on and on and on. So it goes back to what we were first talking about. How do you identify the marketplace that's going to create the greatest ROI? Because a lot of these smaller markets, like say in Poland, which is one of the best e-commerce markets in all the world, but they're very loyal to their country, right?
Yes.
The opportunity in Poland to sell product is huge right now, right? Because there's less competition, right? So you can get in and earn that market share real quick. And that's not a Walmart there right now. Walmart's opening Turkey in August of 24. My guess is that'll be the 5th pure marketplace, because it looks like they're opening all pure marketplaces now. So
Yeah.
Chile was the last one. Walmart's thinking right now is digital first, right?
That's so
It's digital
interesting because
first.
in the past they were focusing on opening actual retail stores, and now the focus shift
It
to
is.
e-commerce.
It is, and it makes sense because, as you know, the digital shelf is an endless aisle,
Yeah.
right? So all of a sudden, instead of having this one coffee cup like we were talking about, now we don't even have 50. We may have 1,000,
Yeah.
right? So Walmart can now curate what they want for different stores based on the partnership and relationship, and of course sales, right, of these brands selling online. So they can use this endless aisle as a ground to do their due diligence and identify brands that are the best partners for Walmart to bring in store. So it's really cool what's going on. I think Turkey will be amazing. Scheduled to open, I think, in August of 24, right, in Istanbul, and just a really interesting space to be able to grow. And if you're thinking about it now, which is mainly the sourcing team, right? Walmart sourcing, they're sourcing brands and categories and unique products for and retail enablement, right? They've got to have the people to be able to run it. But what a great opportunity for manufacturers and brands or sellers to get into Turkey and have that first mover advantage on day one. Really,
Yeah.
really cool
No,
environment
I
to be in.
love that. So let's count a couple of countries where they have a Walmart actual location. So we say China, um,
Walmart Canada,
Mexico, right?
Walmart Canada, Walmart de Mexico, Walmart Chile, the US, obviously, Walmart China. Um, we really had a little hiccup in maybe not a hiccup in the UK, but I think a private equity, two brothers took Asda back over. In Germany, they really didn't get a good foothold in Germany when they went in. And Germany's probably got the third biggest market overall in
Yeah.
e-com besides China and the US, and then Germany would be next. Um, but there was just a cultural difference, right? So I think Walmart kind of backed up, went underground a little bit, and paused and refurbished or recreated that strategy to better align to Germany. So I think there's some things going on in Germany, but really what they're looking at least from my point of view, my world, because obviously it's way bigger than me and I can't understand all of it. But uh, the priority, if we're thinking prioritize what matters most, and let's do that first, right? Let's get these priorities organized on a timeline that's doable, and create that, simplified, doable, measurable process and plan to go from point A to point B, like an Uber, right? You got to know where you're going, you got to know where you're at, and let's get that roadmap. I think what we're looking at there is, instead of selling in that country, it's what are the best brands in those countries that can sell in the marketplaces that already exist. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think there's obviously other people looking at the expansion, and what's next on the roadmap for Walmart in a 1, 3, 5, 7, 10-year period. But if we're looking at prioritizing what matters most right now, it's really identifying these manufacturers, sellers, brands that are the best fit for Walmart shoppers, and that have good products and fantastic customer service, and they're going to commit to a long-term relationship. There's so much they can do right now without thinking about 3, 5, 10 years down the road in all these other markets. Let's look at prioritizing what matters most, and let's do that first.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So let's talk a little bit about brands that feel like they want to grow. Even if the brands can be coming from the US, coming from different countries. And when they come to you, how you identify what's the best next marketplace for them, and how you create, the plan for them.
Yeah, that's a great question. I have a brilliant team, and I'm very fortunate and lucky to partner with my team in London. Al Baker, Paul, Andy, Derek Champagne here in the US, Liz, Rob, just a brilliant, brilliant team that's done this a long time. And I believe everyone has their genius or what they do best, and what they love most. They're so good at taking data, right? Big data, and simplifying that down, 2 or 3 different SaaS models, different technologies, that's identifying in all of these different marketplaces for Walmart, Amazon, and others. And let's take out, say, the top 10%. Let's take out the giants, and let's take out the bottom feeders that aren't doing anything and aren't going to do anything. And let's get a real read on that core category sellers, and identify what does that mean for the category, for the product, and start looking at different countries, and then cross-referencing that with cost, right? Where is the product being manufactured at? Is it going to cost more for me to get the fulfillment and logistics from point A to point B, whether I may just start here, even though the volume is much less in sales, but so are the costs. So is the competition, right? We may own bigger market share and have bigger margins here, rather than always chasing China and the US. So that's what we're doing. We're taking a lot of data. We're doing it consistently, and doing our very best. It's not magic. It's a lot of hard work and data crunching, insights and analytics, that
Yeah,
help identify
makes
that.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then once you identify a marketplace, so you're working with the brand, you identify a marketplace, what's the next step? How you actually create that partnership with Walmart and their business plan?
It's we have a very strict process that we use in partnership with Walmart as one of their validated partners. It starts with digital first, right? A seller must know that it's got to be digital first, and that's just it's not written in stone yet, but it will be in a year or two, maybe 3 years. They're going to force sellers to do both.
Yeah,
So we apply. I have a unique link for my team that identifies that we're a validated partner, moves the client to the front of the line, and then my Walmart team comes in, the associates from Walmart, and it's white glove onboarding, A+ content optimization, right? Um, how do we optimize that title and what used to be the short description, long description, and the attributes, and what images, and what's the hero image, what's the white background, what's the lifestyle, is a carousel fit, and we have Walmart help us with all that. But our goal is to score an 85% plus in content, but we must score over 65%, or we can't work in partnership with Walmart Connect. So that's the first step, right? And once we get that white glove onboarding and everybody's happy with the A plus content in the digital storefront, we go into what's called incubation. Incubation is we work in partnership with Walmart again, where I mentioned this earlier, where they're helping the seller and our teams, because there's new stuff every day, understand to the best of their ability what resources are out there to take advantage of, right? What are all the levers you can push and pull, and what matters most to your business, your product, your category, and so on. From there, we're publishing, we're identifying if Walmart fulfillment services are the best fit. We work with Walmart, we work with the seller, trying to provide the resources necessary, but being hyper focused on, don't just look at the cost, also look at the conversion rate, because that matters, right? When
Yeah.
we're talking net profits. We do the same with Walmart Connect. We're most brands are trying to nickel and dime, trying to save a penny here, 3 pennies here. And the reality is, start with always on, start with that automatic, for 3 weeks at least, so you can capture that data. I
Yeah.
talk to so many people that have a budget and they're not spending the budget
Yeah.
because they're bidding so low that there's nothing's capturing that. So they're not getting visibility and engagement, and that budget's just sitting there. Once we get to that point, I'm documenting the whole thing in a joint business plan, right? About this point, because we've got a really solid foundation set, I start presenting this strategic business plan, or this joint business plan, in partnership with both Walmart and my seller. And this
Mhm.
gets really important for the future, because I mentioned earlier that Walmart really prioritizes sellers that are focused on committing, right? Committing to a long-term relationship, committing the resources necessary to get the visibility and the engagement and the conversion. We go on and on. I have a strategic account manager that's a Walmart associate, right? Their
Yeah.
job is to make sure it's ready to launch and help us build out that go-to-market strategy, right? And then we have what's called strategic account manager 2. His job's to pour fuel on the fire,
Yeah.
right? What do you need to do to become a category manager? I mean, a
Yeah.
category leader,
Yeah.
right? And they're pushing and pulling all the levers necessary, but it's a lot. And I don't
Well,
think
that's so
sellers,
interesting
yeah,
because the things the Walmart do, uh,
it's a lot.
brand. If
Here's
you're a big brand, you have access to that.
That's right.
And some
That
of them have that, but it just I
that's
wish
a
people
hundred
knew.
percent, a
I wish
hundred
people
percent.
knew those secrets because they can
That's
take you from nothing and
Yep.
put you in top in front in the customers and help you grow so fast. Like I saw
That's why you and I
stories
exist.
of like 1,000% growth
Just
in 1 month.
crazy.
Like
It's
it's just
just
crazy. And
crazy.
I
But that's
want
why you and I
brands to
exist.
understand that. Yeah.
I'm very close to some brilliant retail minds at Clorox, at Unilever, at Nestle and Hershey and all these brands. They have the resources, not just the money, the
Yeah.
knowledge, the technology, the people power, the relationship with not only Walmart, but the other retailers,
Yeah.
the data. They have all of it. Why you and I exist are to help sellers that don't necessarily have the resources to, one, be able to. I might be able to do anything, but I can't do everything. And there's so much to it, and things are changing so fast that if you don't keep up on the front lines with what's going on, you're going to get left behind.
Oh yeah.
What we do with those joint business plans is, now there's 3 buyers at Walmart. You have an ecom buyer or merchant, right? I'm working in partnership with them. You have an on shelf in store merchant buyer, which is old school historical. And now we have an omni buyer that's actually trying to create that synergy where 1 + 1 = 3, or where the whole in store and online and social and everything else is working together to create a value added for the seller. All this is going on in real time every day, all day long, 24/7, 365. That joint business plan that is so important to us because, one, it creates accountability, right? If it's written and we see it, then if it's me, that's on me. I missed that. My bad. I'm going to fix it. If it's on the brand seller, hey,
Yeah.
get this done. You told me you're going to reach out to Walmart Connect. Walmart Connect made their recommendation, and you've been 2 weeks and you hadn't allocated a budget. Sometimes
Correct.
it's on Walmart,
Yeah.
right? They have 2.1 million employees and 70 million brands selling, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with everything. So sometimes it's like, Walmart, I really need some help with this. But it also allows that e-com merchant to present on our behalf to the in-store brick and mortar merchant. And then both of them together can present to the omni merchant. Now all of a sudden we have a documented process and plan that's a living document based on continuous improvement that proves we're a great partner with Walmart. We are investing in our business.
Yeah.
Help us
Love it.
help you do more.
I love that, Charles. Let's take a quick break for one of our sponsors, and we'll
Absolutely.
be right back.
Fantastic.
Wallysmarter.com is a cutting-edge software tool designed to help online sellers make more money on Walmart.com. Featuring advanced keyword and product research tools, Wallysmarter identifies high-demand, low-competition niches for you to capitalize on. With more accurate Walmart sales estimates provided by its easy-to-use Chrome extension, Wallysmarter takes all the guesswork out of selling on Walmart. Be empowered to make more informed decisions and grow your business like never before. Try Wallysmarter today with no credit card required. Did I say no credit card required? Anyways, use your coupon code POWER30 and get 30% off Wallysmarter today for life.
All right, beautiful. So, first of all, Charles, you also had an amazing presentation with so much good information on our summit. So, if you're a brand, if you're listening and you're a brand and you want to grow internationally, I really recommend for you guys to get in touch with Charles. And you can go to their website, infinityblue.com, or even try /Walmart dash marketplace. You can also find him in LinkedIn. That's where we started Connect. So you can go and find him there. We had one of our users actually saying that he saw you in the summit and he tried to connect you via your email address, but I guess it was not working. So go and check him on his LinkedIn, and we're going to get his correct email address, and put it in the chat as well for you. So again, if you missed the summit, it's not too late. We actually have an amazing promotion for this month, and you can get more than 20 speakers, amazing topics, and tons of bonuses for only $49.99. So go to ecompowersummit.com and don't miss Charles' presentation in there, because it was just beautiful. Just I learned so much. I was like so captivated the whole time. And Kelsey, do we have any questions?
Our question is just contact information. How can people get a hold of Charles? Yeah.
Beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful.
LinkedIn is always really easy for me. It's last name Kochel, just because it's up there. On the email, there's a dash in there. It's Charles@infinityblue-marketplaces.com. Infinityblue-marketplaces.com.
Yeah, I think there's so much more we can talk. We can talk for hours. I'm definitely gonna. We'd love you to come back again to the
Thank
podcast
you.
so we can talk a little bit more. So I want to say thank you so much. That was again great information. Here is the link for Charles on LinkedIn. So again, if you're a brand and you want to grow, you need help. Charles can help you. He's working with Walmart for many years, and there's nowhere. I think I don't know if there's a lot of companies that do what you do, working with Walmart globally, but I definitely recommend to contact you. So thank you so much, and we will see you guys next Thursday. We will have Q&A. So next Thursday, we're going to talk about Walmart updates, Q&A. I hope everybody have amazing Q4. I know Walmart had the best Black Friday ever. They had the biggest sale ever of Walmart e-commerce. It was 4 times more order per minute than last year. So that was super exciting. And I talked to people that sell in and brands, and we can see the growth, and it's so exciting. And if you're not on Walmart.com, please go and start. It's never too late. And again, thank you, Charles, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.